in order to complete our assignment, we had to set up a topology with a Linux server that runs an Apache 2 and a DHCP server, a Windows Server 2008 Enterprise, an Elixir access point, and Catalyst switch, and the Cisco router.
Hello from me too. I'm going to show you about how we complete the different tasks for this assignment. The second task, as shown here, the IP pools and VLANs. We took class B 172.10.2.0 VLAN for the wired machines, 4.0 for the wireless machines, and 6.0 for the server farm. This is the DHCP server, as Vasilis Veziropoulos said already said. I'm going to show you the DHCP is on and running.
So let's see how it works.
The mouse on the left, always. So we're in terminal mode. With this command, the service says DHCP server status. We can clearly see that the status ISC is up and running. This is the configuration file. So we modified here the 3 pools we needed. As you can see here in nano text, this is the first pool, second pool, the third pool. So machines like the DHCP server, the radio server, all the machines in the DHCP farm, their IPs are excluded by the pools. So there is no IP duplicate between the DHCP server. This is it from here. On the switch we made 3 VLANs, VLAN 10, 20 and 30. VLAN 10 goes to the wired, 20 to the wireless, and 30 to the...
Hello, I'm going to talk to you about our topology and the configuration here. I am the router manager.
Yes, Michalis is very good with the routers.
Here we can see our router configuration. I would say we've made the inter-VLAN routing with sub-interfaces here, fastEther.10 with encapsulation.iq and the IP helper address of the DHCP server. The same for the .20 sub-interface, which is the wireless clients. We've also included the access group, the access lists, and the .30, which are the server farms. Moreover, we have our access list. It's pretty simple, but does the work. We need it, and pretty much that's all our configuration of our.
Now that the router configuration is finished, I'm going to show you that I'm going to hit an nmap from the Linux server, the Linux terminal. This IP is the IP of the router. So if we hit nmap, we see that all ports are closed. We have a very good security. And the only port that's on for a remote access is the 23 port TCP open telnet port, which we need it, of course.
Hello guys, I'm going to show you now how we configure the access point in order for our topology to work. Now, the first thing we did was to include the access point in the wireless VLAN. That's why it has the IP of 172.10.4 and 2 that you can see here. And as a default gateway, we provided the IP that we had configured on the router's fast Ethernet 00.20, which is the sub-interface for the wireless devices. Now, as far as the security is concerned, we use the WPA enterprise mode along with the TKIP encryption. we provided the IP of the Windows web server 172.10.6.4, and for the last part, the shared secret key that we used was WinRadius. This is the key that the access point and the server used to authenticate users.
So, hello, and as for me, I will be from Windows Server 2008 Enterprise Edition, and I will talk about the setup that we've done to it. So, I'm going to come closer. So yes, so from there we first created the Active Directory for the certificate that the client will be using, and after that we also had to create the Active Directory, which is the UCLAN.net, where we will be adding the users that have a permission to connect. Then here we have the network policy and access services, which tells me who is trying to connect to the server by giving me the username. So from there, going now to the radio server, this is where the configuration was done. So after that, so in the beginning we had to create a policy. Wait a second, where it's here, security voice connection is its name, where we set oh, wait a sec. Oh, enough stuff. Here it is, secure wireless connection, where we enter it who has access to the wireless network. In this case is the user, but from here I can also then specify more for if I want specific VLANs to have access, and also with computers. And as for the constraint, this is where we add the authentication, which is PIP, as it was requested. So from there, after that, we also had to create the access points for it to communicate with the radio server, which in this case it was the links. As you can see, it is its IP, and the name that was given from us as an access point. Yes. After that, we also created the policy, the user. Then we also created the AU, which is the user acceptable policy, which will display a message to the user when they connect to their computer. So we have as a message is currently is welcome, and the title is Nuts and Co, which is for company. And this is it.
Now we're going to test our wireless network using a USB network adapter. Here it's our network. Our machines are... let's say our username is Sal and the password is that. We're going to connect to the wireless network of our company, and we open a CMD in order to see if there is an IP connectivity. We release our previous IP and we renew it. We're gonna wait a little and see that our new IP is 4.3. It's from the wireless network subnet, UCLAN.net, and the default gateway is the sub-interface of the router. Thank you.
At a wired client connected to the wired network. Here you can see the UDP cable that's connected to the switch. So we're in the terminal, and we'll show you that DHCP is up and running successfully with the IP config/release command. We release all the IPs. As you can see, there is no IP for the IP4. And again, with the IP config/renew, we're gonna tell the DHCP server to give a new IP. We wait. So it gave the IP for the 2.2 subnet, it's for the wired clients, and our machine has acquired an IP successfully.
Now here we're going to connect with a wireless smartphone in order to test our wireless connection. We use the SAL identity and the password of the network, which is Cisco 12. Sorry. Here is it. We click on connect. We have been connected to this network.
We faced some problems. One of the problems was that we couldn't configure the DHCP server. Come here, please. But in the end, we managed to find the file ICS DHCP server and configure the server. Another problem that we had, and we are still having, is that we cannot connect our network to the internet because of the network policy of our campus for security issues. And Nikos, come here.
And last, one of the biggest problems we had, it was about the radio server, the WPA2 enterprise server that we tried to operate in the router, it's called the the 3A tunneling. But we thought that it was more efficient to operate at the Windows 2008 enterprise server. So it worked well, and it was all GG and goodbye.